A mighty warrior with a fiery passion who always stands up for justice and peace. Brave Vanguard Godzilla Master, ready for action! Good evening, everybody. Welcome back, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing something a little newer than what I've played in the past. We're playing some Godzilla on PS4. One of my favorites. Absolutely love this game. Love Godzilla. Love him to death. Hell, it's in the name. Zilla Master. I mean, if you couldn't tell. So, absolutely love Godzilla. It's a fun little game on PS4. It's a good time. You know, I wouldn't say it's high art, but it's good. It's fun. So we're just going to jump right into it. Do a couple runs. There we are. Alright. So, I'll probably do a couple of God of Destruction modes. Runs probably 2. We'll see. Really? Yeah, that's actually where it came from, Miggle. And of course, good to see you as always, friend. Yeah, no, long time ago when I came up with this moniker, Zilla Master, it was shortened for Godzilla. And Master just sounded like a cool thing to add on to the end of it. I wouldn't claim to actually be the master of Godzilla. He's, you know, way too powerful, way too cool. And I know a good bit. I'd say I'm a pretty well-versed fan. But you know, I'm not the be-all end-all, I guess. Anyhow, we're gonna do one run as Godzilla. We gotta do Godzilla. Of course, we gotta do Godzilla. Let's see. So this game it's interesting. This is a enhanced port of the PS3 version, which was just called Godzilla. This is, of course, the American version. So they just released it as Godzilla because the PS3 version was download only. This one was called Godzilla Versus in Japan, since it's a slightly updated version. Added the playability of all the other monsters, because the original version you could only play as Godzilla. Kind of weird. Anyhow, with that though, Godzilla has the most depth out of any one character, if you will. He's got 4 different breath, you know, atomic breath styles here. We've got his normal, spiral, the vapor, kind of like it was in the early Showa era, and then rings, kind of like Minya's little rings. So we're gonna go spiral. Why not? Let's go for broke. So, comparatively, the other characters only have one playstyle, if you will. And we got the Japanese language on, just for fun. Makes it a little more authentic, if you will. The same Godzilla in our records, but he's here now. The animations in this game are pretty good, you know? People kind of complained about it, that it's, oh, hold on to it. It's gotten up there. It's definitely a rarer game these days on the PS4. Because I want to say it's Bandai Namco that did this one, and they lost the distribution rights or something, somehow. And so with that, you can no longer buy this game digitally. You have to buy a physical copy, and so they've skyrocketed in price. Gigabash? Oh, I need to play Gigabash because it has a Godzilla DLC. The game looked pretty cool as is, but you know, adding Godzilla to it just makes it, you know, even better. So the gameplay's pretty simple. It's nothing too crazy. You control whichever monster you choose and tear up the city or the area. And there's a little dance from Destroy All Monsters. Not Destroy All Monsters. Invasion of Astro Monsters. Oh, God, I love Destroy All Monsters, Melee, Save the Earth. All of those Pipeworks games by Atari. Those were great. That trilogy, all of them. So, this one here, honestly, it's in a way almost like a spiritual successor to... Oh, dang it. Missed my combo up. Spiritual successor to Godzilla Generations on the Dreamcast, of all things. In which your main objective is to destroy things. Shocker, as Godzilla does. The main objective is to take out the G generators. There we are. But throughout that, you've also got to gain score. And if you look down there, you kind of get points as you play the game, increasing your height. Because you're ultimately trying to get to 100 meters. Once you get to that point, you're kind of at, not max size, but that's like the score you're going for to get a full run, because otherwise you can't get 100% completion rate. So, and there's other little things through the normal Godzilla playthrough, which is the one with the most depth, I would say. There's those little camera angle shots, which, for whatever reason, are disabled with every other monster. That's what the little numbers are on the bottom. The 1, 2, 3, 4 down there. I think I've gotten all the pictures on, I'm pretty sure, every stage. I've not 100%ed this game, but pretty damn close. But it's a fun, you know, distraction for sure. And if you like Godzilla, it's fun. I don't know if it's worth paying the prices they're asking for it these days, just because I think it's pretty hard to justify a game for that much. But some people kind of tore into it because it was a little simplistic. But I don't think it's a bad thing, you know? A simple game could be fun. This is definitely arcadey in the sense that you go through like different branches and different runs, kind of like Star Fox, where there's 3 paths you can choose: easy, hard, medium. Yeah. But no, a big part of it too is keeping up the combos. So the Fury meter there, the higher you get that, the higher rate you gain energy. So you'll get multipliers, you know, 1 point, you know, 2%, 1.5, 2%, so on and so forth. So it's really important that you keep the train going to gain the most amount of energy per level. I didn't keep track, but I don't think I got 5 on this one. I'm usually able to get about 5 meters worth of energy per level. The people's doubts. Let's see here. We got 4 meters, 4.80. That's pretty good. So destruction 96%. I missed one little building. We'll live. So here you have the destruction, the time. There's a time limit on the levels, especially later down the line. They'll shut down the generators, and you've got to race after them. You know, we'll go hard. Why not? Let's go hard. And the neat thing too with the different difficulties is there's different leaders, and they're all inspired by various characters and actors that have appeared throughout the franchise. There's a lot of little details and just little bits here and there that make it a real love letter to the franchise and to Godzilla. Which makes it really enjoyable. I mean, the detail, like on Godzilla's animation, you know, his little mannerisms, the way he walks around, the way the tails move, the posture, it's all right. You know, it's all done exactly as it ought to be. And a lot of the sculpts, not sculpts, I say a lot of the models are based on the SH Monster Arts figure line. And a lot of those are done by Yuji Kaida, who really knows his monsters. Not Yuji Kaida. Who does the sculptures on those? Forgot his name. Yuji Kaida's an artist. Anyhow, really high detail comparatively for what it is. Some people kind of ripped on some of the like environmental graphics or whatever, but again, you got to remember that this is a PS3 game ported to PS4, and the graphic department unfortunately was not something they were prioritizing. Ugh. English. Something they weren't prioritizing. There's more so gameplay aspects, which I think they did good on. Let's see if we can get this shit over here. Oop. Didn't even use my atomic breath last time. There we go. Boom. I have seen City Shrouded in Shadows. It's pretty cool because it's a huge crossover. There's a lot of different kaiju, tokusatsu, mecha stuff too. Ah, I screwed that up. Whoops. Yeah, you can get iframes using your like one special attack, which is pretty nice. It looks fun. Just all the different crossovers and characters that are there. I haven't played it. I've seen footage with the Godzilla attack. Oh, I am like a treasure trove of knowledge when it comes to some of this stuff. No, but it looks really cool. It's a little disappointing that you just play as like the people, but it's also neat that you play a game from the perspective of like just a civilian as opposed to it being, you know, the monsters and such. But it's cool, you get to see, you know, Ultraman, Evangelion, I want to say, Godzilla, Pat Labor, which is cool. We don't get enough love for Pat Labor at all. Oh, Mecha Godzilla. Sometimes they have cool cutscenes when they come in, sometimes they don't. Oh, so this is one of the harder bosses. So every here and again, the game will throw you a curve. Is Gundam in there too? Gundam might be in there, you're right. So, Mecha Godzilla is 100 meters right now, and I am at a lowly 62. Actually, I'm pretty good for the second level. Yeah, so Godzilla doesn't have, or the player character, I should say, doesn't really have a health bar. You've got this weird system where it's almost like Call of Duty, where after you take so much damage, the screen will start going red, and then you've got to like back off. Oh, jeez. Yeah, once you're scaled up, your attack's more powerful. So, at 100 meters, you really, you know, can wreck house pretty quickly. So I guess one thing I didn't cover was the temperature little gauge there, which I'm actually mostly covering up next to the map, but that's okay. That's like your energy meter and how much, or how many, like, special attacks you can use. And you can charge it a little quicker by roaring. So it's kind of fun to make roaring a gameplay, or an aspect of gameplay. Always fun when they do that. Oof, oof. Oh, there's the red. See, the screen's starting to go red. So I'm taking a good bit of damage here. Don't know if I'll die. We'll see. Come on, Godzilla. Oof. Oof. Jeez, getting manhandled. I don't know. It's a tough toss-up for me, but the Show Mechagodzilla is definitely one of my favorite Mechagodzillas. It's close. It's close. Run. Ooh. Alright. There we go. Get the iframes. Roar. Oh, no, turn around, turn around. It's kind of annoying. So the buttons that are mapped to roar, you have to tap both bumpers on the PlayStation controller. But you can do like a quick turnaround by tapping one of them. Oh, there we go. Boom. Nice. And we got 3 whole evolution cells. So that's another aspect too that makes this game a little bit grindy, is you've got the different, there's evolution like parts, there's points, and evolution cells every monster drops. So it really helps to do multiple runs to get all the different upgrades. There's an upgrade tree in this game for every monster. Now again, Godzilla's is the one that has the most, like, fleshed out. Kiryu is a really good design. I do love Kiryu. And he is in this game, which is sweet. Specifically from his appearance in Tokyo SOS, which is having a theatrical run in America, March 20-something? Next month. Really excited for that. I might go check it out myself. I didn't get a chance to watch Godzilla against Mechagodzilla that came out last year. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Yeah, so you can, some of these early levels, there's no time limit. You can just run and crash everything and just get as many points as you can, which is pretty nice. But yeah, no, they're doing a run. It's Phantom Theaters, or whatever it is again, doing it. So you may have to look for a screening. I know I had to drive like an hour plus. Yeah, you get 2 days. And I think this one might be a 1 day. I'm not sure if it's a 2 day or not. I know when they did both Shin Godzilla and Shin Ultraman, they were 2 days. But they were just 1 day sub, 1 day dub. Yeah, I was lucky to be off that day, so I got to see it. Well worth going to see it in theater, absolutely. It was beautiful. So I'm excited for Shin Kamen Rider. I've still not watched any of that show. I need to get into the Kamen Rider franchise, but just knowing the quality with the rest of the Shin movies is going to be good. It's hard to say if any of this is worth it. It's worth it for me. I'm having a good time. Boom. Alright, nice. Almost 10 meters worth of growth. That's pretty good. That makes it worthwhile. Ooh, go against Batra or Hedorah? Batra or Hedorah? Let's go Batra. Batra's pretty cool. I like Batra. Not the biggest fan of Godzilla vs. Mothra / Godzilla and Mothra the Battle for Earth, as it's known in America. Watching the new stuff for Shin Kamen Rider. Oh, they're doing stuff from the manga too. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I need to watch the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer yet for that movie even. You know, but even here we've got like the big old electrical poles shooting at Godzilla, which seem to appear way too often, but great to see him here, you know? All the little details. No, but for me, Godzilla vs. Mothra is a very mid movie in the Heisei era. Each kid transforms, the mask, ooh. Ooh, okay. That is pretty neat. We got these transformers. I don't know if I'll go up this level or not. But in the middle of the screen there's the disaster level, which dictates how the military reacts to Godzilla and what they use in terms of weaponry, which is pretty cool. So I think it goes up to 5 or 6, if I remember correctly. And at the higher levels, they'll send out like Super X and Gotengo, in addition to monsters and whatever else shows up in that level. And the different difficulty paths dictate which, or how high, or how quickly the meter raises. Oh, monster inbound. Exactly, the higher the meter, the more force they use. So like these big turrets will shoot full metal missiles and all this and that. So they'll do more damage, and they'll send out eventually like maser tanks, and they'll send out maser jets, and eventually the freezer weapons from Godzilla vs. Destroy, which is super cool. Oh, there's Batra. It's kind of weird seeing Batra's wings separate like that, because the original doesn't really in the movie. Oh, here we go, now it's raising. So now we're gonna go to level 2. Oh, Batra's totally breaking all my stuff. That sucks. So I gotta go kick Batra's ass real quick. Yup. Oh, they didn't put the cutscene. But this is also really cool. Anytime the disaster level goes up, they play one of, we're the same class. We're about the same size. They'll play one of, Akira Kufukube's, military marches. It's just awesome. I love it. Yeah, so this fight's gonna be so much easier than the last one. Bop, bop, bop. There we go. And that's it. Oh. Boom. So I got 2 units of evolution factor. Nice. Yeah, so enemies that are your size are usually easier. Oh yeah, I gotta do a cool finisher every time. And there's a lot of cool little details. I don't think I could have pulled it off on Mecha Godzilla because it was 100 meters. You can grapple monsters and throw them in this too. I haven't done that yet. But there's little details. Like, Mecha Godzilla 1 there, you can actually rip his head off. Actually, no, I don't think his head comes off. But Mecha Godzilla 2, his head does come off when he's at, like, lower health. And it will show, like, the second brain thing from Terra Mecha Godzilla, which is cool. So, always fun. I kind of wish they had Ifukube's music throughout the whole game. Not just at, like, certain little sections, but I'll take what I can get. I also just love his music, so I can't help myself. You know, some of these a little bit more generic themes work. They fit, but it's not quite the same. I thought about hooking up Spotify this evening and playing music through that, but I was like, that's a little bit much work, and I don't know, copyright thing get fussy, so I was just gonna leave it be. Maybe next time, though. Maybe next time. And if I do any kind of drifting, you know we're gonna have some Eurobeat bumping. which I want to do at some point. I don't know when, but at some point I'm going to play some Initial D on stream. So I've got version 8. I've got a few different iterations actually. I have PS2. I don't know if it had a premium sound version. A lot of games do get it, like Super Robot Wars and a lot of the Gundam games get it too. I know, like Gundam Extreme Versus, the SD Gundam games, all of those do get them. As far as I know, Godzilla didn't have one. As far as I know, it didn't have a supreme, or like a premium sound version. But it did have the ability to have custom soundtrack in the PS3 port, or original PS3 version. But of course they took that out because the PS4 doesn't have that as an option, which is strange. I didn't know this. I found out the other day. PS4s can't play CDs. That's wild. Sony took out CD support on the drive. It's not there. Which, sure, like, I get it. Who wants to play CDs? But, I don't know, it's just kind of nice it being there. Makes you think. Yeah, I never did either. I never tried. I never thought, like, oh, I need to listen to my new CD. I mean, when's the last time I bought a new CD? You know, when's the last time you bought a new CD? You know, years probably, right? Rare. So I never thought to do it. I was looking up stuff for the original Xbox. It was so cool when you could load songs on the 360 and the original Xbox, and it would download to like a hard drive. So awesome. And have it play like in any game you wanted. Well, not any game, but a lot of games. I think 360, any game you could have music playing over. But the original Xbox, it was like an option in the games, which was super cool. On the side, I've been playing a little bit of Sega GT 2002 on the Xbox. And I can't get music on there yet, but I will soon enough, once I get this thing soft-modded. There we go. Alright, hold on 1 second. Alright, there we go. Now I'm back. I had to turn the fan on. It is way too hot. There we are. It's almost 20 meters growth. That's really good. Yeah, that's wild though, being able to do that. Oh, Mechagodzilla. We got Mechagodzilla or Mothra. You know, we've gone hard so far. Let's just keep going hard. Let's do it. Why not? Hard's pretty fun. I know I gotta keep my cool too. With Godzilla around? Oof. It's tough. Get our priorities in order. We do. Alright, so here we go. So now we've got the time limit. Where's the cost of setting up and running again? But if it means stopping Godzilla. So this one, I've got 5 minutes. But you can kind of cheese it. If a monster shows up, you can actually get rid of the time limit by taking out the reactors first. You can actually speedrun a mission, theoretically, too, and if you take out all 3 generators before a monster shows up, it's it. Mission's over. I have done that before, but it's not really worth it because there's no incentive for doing things faster, time-wise. There's no, like, time bonus. But obviously, you do get the bonus for destroying everything in the city and getting a high fury. Oh, here's Mothra. Oh, here's one of the cutscenes. Super cool. I know, it's awesome. Not every monster has a cutscene. A lot of them do. A lot of them do, and sometimes they trigger, sometimes they don't. I don't know the rhyme or reason as to what does that. Alright, and boom. Okay. Got that taken care of. Oh, Mothra's totally gonna destroy all that stuff. Yeah, that was the diet. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, the movie I was talking about earlier, slash Godzilla and Mothra, the Battle for Earth. Very confusing. That movie has Mothra perch up on the diet to cocoon herself into becoming her imago form. Yeah, no, the name confusion with that movie is a little strange. Oh. Because, you know, in 1964 we had Mothra versus Godzilla. Okay, Mothra's the first monster in the title, then Godzilla. Released in America as Godzilla vs. The Thing for the longest time, and then kind of got the unofficial title of Godzilla vs. Mothra, but that's not correct. That's not the name of that movie. It's Mothra vs. Godzilla. 1992, there's a I'd say pseudo remake, soft remake of Mothra vs. Godzilla under the name Godzilla vs. Mothra. The Godzilla movie, the Godzilla franchise in general, I love it, but the naming of the movies has not been the best. Oh, there's a diet right there. I'm gonna tear it up. It can be pretty confusing at times. I mean, there's currently 4 movies that have been titled Godzilla. That's not confusing, and all of them are totally different. Because you had the original 1954 movie called Godzilla. A lot of fans these days call it Gojira. I don't subscribe to that because it makes it sound kind of like a weeb. If you use the Japanese name out of nowhere, it just sounds weird and out of place, but that's just me. So you've got that. Then you've got Return of Godzilla, which came out in 1984, but originally released as Godzilla. We're at 98%. We'll take it. I missed something, but that's okay. There is. Some of those titles are obscenely long, especially some of the Japanese names. They go on and on. You know. We've got one of my favorites. Yeah, just say Godzilla. Exactly. Like, Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant All-Out Monsters Attack. That's not a mouthful. Rolls off the tongue real quick. But so yeah, that movie, retroactively retitled Return of Godzilla, but released as Godzilla. Then there's 1998's Godzilla, which we don't talk about. It's a movie. That's the one. Yep. That's, yeah, 1998, Godzilla. And then 2014, we had another movie called Godzilla. You know. Oh, Mecha King Ghidorah. This is a cool level too, because in this one, there's no generators. We're in the ocean, which is neat. Yeah, very confusing. And then Return of Godzilla was released in America as Godzilla 1985. Because at the time, it was just called Godzilla, and it wouldn't have made any sense to make a release movie called Godzilla. Although at that time, ironically, there hadn't been a movie called Godzilla released in theaters in America. Because the original movie was re-edited and somewhat dubbed as Godzilla King of the Monsters in 1956. So, they actually could have just released it as Godzilla, but I guess it would have been strange to do so. Anyhow. I could go on and on about the lore, if you will, the history of the franchise. And then again, exactly, so the sequel to Godzilla, 2014, is just called Godzilla King of the Monsters. Again, I was pissed, because for the longest time in development, they called it Godzilla 2, and I was like, great, it's about time we have a movie called Godzilla 2. So I want to say there's 36 movies in the franchise right now. 36 theatrical films. I don't think they count the anime trilogy, and no one should. Those things do suck. But anyhow, not one of them is called Godzilla 2. There's not one movie called Godzilla 2. Very frustrating. You would think they would make one, but nope. Not one of them. So, one of these days I feel like we're gonna get one. And it'll randomly be, it'll just be, you know, a name. Because we kind of have Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, which again was one of those movies that was redubbed. The name was changed. Because again, the Heisei era had kind of a pseudo reboot thing going on, where they were renaming movies, so that movie is just called Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla originally, but that was the name of that, you know, movie. Now we call it Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. That was I want to say that was the name of it when they brought it to America. Like internationally, it's just Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. But that's not a sequel to Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Of course. That makes sense. Alright. There's not much to destroy here. That's one thing that kind of sucks with the ocean level. There's only some jets. And then these subs, which we have to take out. Oh, I missed them. If I destroy 11 jets, I think it said at the beginning of the mission, I get a bonus, so... Yeah, using the... Oh yeah, only boats and planes, exactly. Using my nuclear pulse, I can get flying enemies pretty easily. You can hit them with your atomic breath, but it's not easy. There we go. Extra achieved. I'll take it. Now we'll just end this thing, I guess. There's no real point in sticking around. Yeah, see, he can do a sweep. Oh, we're going up a level. Is it gonna do the full metal missiles? Here we go. Oh, no, wrong way. Oh well. Alright, I've got to wait for the last sub to come up. Here it is. One left. Gotta love the Monster Zero March. It's just so iconic. There we are. Boom. And that's another one down.
当エリアゴジラにより壊滅。時を経てまたしても奴の前に屈するというの。
Bow to Godzilla. Growth. 1 meter. Take what you can get. Can't
どちら
complain.
のエリアにも進行が予想されま
Oh.
す。
Destroya. Or Jet Jaguar. Destroya. Jet Jaguar. Destroya. Jet Jaguar. We'll go Destroya. I've gone hard so far, so we're gonna keep going hard.
エリア内に
But it's gonna be tough. I'm not burning Godzilla, so it'll be
私たちは
a little difficult.
止められるのでしょうか。
I love Destroya. So cool. Such a cool design.
ここまでまるで大地の切り売り状態。
Yeah, I would say there's nowhere left to hide. You're in a valley.
ジェネレーター
Kinda out in the
緊急
open.
停止シーケンスに入ります。停止完了までにかかる時間は300秒。
So this game does reuse
攻撃を開始してください。
levels. There's only so many in the game,
第2部隊攻撃を開始してください。
so the replayability is pretty high, but it gets a little
ジェネレーター
dull at times, you know? The loop pretty much stays the same. It doesn't change. However, if you play as a
攻撃を開始してください。
friendly monster slash mecha,
ジェネレーター
you have to actually save the city instead, which is a neat little change, you know? So if you play like Kiryu or Super Mecha Godzilla or Mothra, you have to actually save the day and defeat the monster before they do too much damage to the city. And you grow based on how much is left of the city as opposed to how much you destroyed.
非常に強力な生体反応が接近。まもなく当エリアに現れます。推定到達時間は60秒です。
Save. There we go. Boom.
部隊攻撃を開始してください。
Just stomping around. Just shake it up a little bit. Use abilities, because why not, you know? Why not have fun with it? You could min-max it, you know, but
現れました。
it's just fun to play the game.
尋常じゃない反応の強さです。
Ooh, he's probably going to be 100 meters, but we're pretty close anyhow. Ooh,
この怪獣はデストロイヤーです。
Destroya. So
な
cool.
んてまがまがしい姿。ゴジラを葬り、我々人類をも。
But wait, if he took down Godzilla and I'm Godzilla, then
第7部隊
who was
攻
phone?
撃を開始してください。
Yeah, so now we're at 100 meter class. You're not screwing around no more.
第8部隊攻撃を開始してください。
Dude. Alright.
攻撃を開始してください。ジェネレーター出力低下。
Oh, jeez.
10部隊攻撃を開始してください。
There we go. So now the generator's down, but the level's still going. So I can kind of cheese it if I wanted to destroy more stuff. But we're at 91%. Might as well
攻撃を開始してください。
just fight Destroy and end it here. We got the spiral ray, so it'll do more damage. Close, but not quite.
第12部隊攻撃を開始してください。
Oof. Come on, let's go. I think Destroyer might be too big. I don't think I can grab him. It is also somewhat dependent on your size. I'm a good bit smaller than him right now. Oh, jeez. Turn around, turn around. Really? Thank you for targeting the helicopters and not Destroyer, not the giant monster right next to us. No, no, no. Very cool. Thank you, game. The horn is super deadly. Oop. There we go. If I can get him at a range, we'll be alright. Ooh, it's getting close. There we are. Alright, here we are. This is it. Boom. That was close. That was pretty close. There you go. Gives a good old victory squonk. I love some of the dialogue. It's so fun and just kind of silly. Like, it doesn't have to make a whole lot of sense. So this one is neat. It's been a minute since I've done the hard route. I normally do just kind of like the easy route, the normal route, just for fun, so it's kind of quick. This one is a solo Godzilla mission, or level, where the JSDF will send everything they've got. So I want to say we're probably going to see all three Super X's, maybe Go Tango. I don't know. Oh, Super X. There we go. So pretty cool if we get some representation from the Super X's, because we don't see them very often. And I think they're pretty neat. Just right before it got pointed out, but over there was the Godzilla Hotel. And it actually does have Godzilla on it, which is pretty cool. And I want to say the head height, he's scaled at about 80 meters tall. So, pretty awesome. And there's a little Easter egg in the game that it does roar. It does have a little Godzilla roar. It's not quite as loud as a player character, but still close. Oh, Super X is here. I really wish they had the Super X music, because the generic music here is okay, but it's just not as good. So now that Super X is here, I don't have to rush to destroy the rest of the city. I can actually just go to take out the generators. Because Super X will function just like a monster in that regard. And Super X is pretty good about not destroying the buildings you're trying to get. Usually, not always, but sometimes. Oh, here comes the Maser tanks. This is pretty cool. Oh, I missed them, but there's Maser jets too. There they are. And it does do damage. Oh, the Super X2 from Godzilla vs. Biollante. Camera is kind of freaking out. Oh, and Super X3, so we're getting all three of them. Super X2 with its mirror, the heat mirror there, will deflect your laser back at you. Your breath weapon, any of them. And it does a good bit of damage, so you gotta be careful. Damn it, timed that wrong. Oh, there's Super X3. So all three of them are here. They don't take quite as much damage as a monster. However, they're annoying in their own right. Super X2 you can't really hit with your ranged attack from any monster, not just Godzilla, but any of them. Super X3 flies pretty fast, and Super X1's missiles are kind of powerful, surprisingly. Ooh, extra. Neat. Also, Super X1 has that little blue laser. Laser, maybe? I don't know. Alright, we got 100%. Now we can focus on taking out the Super X's. And we're at 100 meters, which is good. So now I don't have to worry about grinding out the last couple of levels. Boom. Oh, well, it's a good thing I missed. Oh, did we get Super X2? Yep, Super X2 is down. The lock-on doesn't always work. There's no button for it, it just is one of those soft locks where sometimes it'll do, sometimes it won't. Boom. I didn't get to point it out earlier because I was kind of focused on just tearing up the stage, but this one is also loosely based on Return of Godzilla and the part of Shinjuku that he visits, which is pretty cool that they have that little extra attention to detail in putting that in the game. Oh, nope, missed. You have to kind of get it just right. Yeah, the Night City maps do look pretty good, honestly, in general. The way the lighting works and the backgrounds, it looks pretty good. The models and all. The day ones look pretty good too, but not quite as good. Alright, let's see. At some point, I'll probably also play Godzilla Generations as well, and kind of compare it to this one. Because in that one you also have to fight the Super X units throughout. There's a time limit to destroy the city as well. Very, very similar. But it was just a little bit before its time. It was on Dreamcast. Fixed camera angles, kind of like say, Resident Evil, and it's clunky. It's kind of fun, but the camera really holds it back from being a fun game, a really good game. Our troops are not. We heard that line earlier, but that's okay. Nice, we got almost 9 meters. Oh, here we go. Here's Gigan. Millennium Gigan. He's pretty cool. Also known as, like, BDSM Gigan. All the black and the straps on him. And then this is... Yokohama? Maybe? Forgot which city it is exactly. But that Ferris wheel, I want to say, is featured in Godzilla vs. Mothra. Oh, something for this exact scenario. Are they deploying... Let's get deployed this... Yeah. Cut to the chase. What are we doing?
G-Force の設立時の総理大臣は鳩ヶ谷氏の祖父にあたります。彼はゴジラに対抗しうる兵器としてゴジラを模し、同等の破壊力を持った人造怪獣の開発に着手していました。
Here we go.
ハードウェアとしては完成したのですが、
ゴジラ
に関するデータが少なく、ソフトウェアの完成には至っておりません。
Or is it going to be Kiryu? Since we're on hard.
一国の総理大臣が知らない人造怪獣開発とは恐れ入りました。面白い。人類の本気を見せてあげましょう。
Oh, jeez.
生存競争ですね。一刻も早く完成させなければ。
Okay, good. He's not coming this level. Good. Because you can have up to 3 monsters on one stage. It is possible. Very rare outside of the multiplayer that's all but dead for this game. That's one thing that's just weird with this one is oh, here comes Gotengo. Yeah, for whatever reason, it's 3 players, not 4 player. You know, like every other Godzilla game, like the Pipeworks once and such, it was 4 players. It was really cool. 3 players here. Very odd. Like, maybe it's just a limit of, like, how many monsters could be on screen at one time. I don't know. Yeah, so at 100% or 100 meters tall, you can take out a generator pretty easily. Oh, there's Gotengo from Final Wars. I'm a good bit nostalgic for this thing. It's cool. Final Wars is a fun movie. It's not the best Godzilla movie, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a good time to watch. You know? It's got a lot of action in it, a lot of crazy stuff happening, a lot of fun dialogue. Good movie. Good movie. I also like the little, like, mini explosions that happen whenever you break a building. As if it's a, actual tokusatsu set with the little explosions going on the inside. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so Gotengo is serious business. Unlike the Super X. I mean, Super X can kind of mess your day up if you're not careful. But, Gotengo doesn't fuck around. Gotengo really does a lot of damage. It is. It only shows up in the later stages if you're, like, at a high enough power level and the disaster level is high enough, but it will show up. Alright, now we're at 100%. Always good to get a little bit extra. see if we can get him.
正体不明の反応
Oh, then here's Gagan.
姿を現します。ガイガンです。
Oh, and he's got his soul hands on. The picture showed him without him, but I forgot that he does have his soul blades. I got the SH Monster Arts figure of him with the blades and all. So cool. I mean, you can use either the blades or his normal scythe hand. They give you all the accessories, but it's still awesome, nonetheless. Yeah, once you get to like 100 meters, you get pretty overpowered. You can make short work of, like, more or less anyone. There are a few monsters that are real tough. Oh, there goes Gaigan. I'm gonna take out Gotango. I would say Gotengo's probably the hardest flying enemy to fight. Just because of the flight pattern it has, it makes it pretty hard to hit. It's also got the most damaging attacks, I'd say. Although Super X3 does have its freezer weapons. Although I don't know if they use them in the normal game until the last stage. There we go. Boom. Ooh, nothing but net. The mission's a failure. Yup. Oh, here he is. Type 3 Kiryu. Let's go. I'm not sure who Hatogaya is, but we owe him a deal. 23 buses. And I'm not sure where this is. This one, this level might be based off of the bit of Tokyo that's somewhat featured in, I think, Godzilla vs. Destroya. I could be wrong, though. And I don't know Tokyo that well, anyhow. Not every little bit. Oh, Kiryu's here. Let's go. Ooh, cute, cool cutscene. Kiryu Custom. It's kind of funny that they have Kiryu as a 100-meter class monster, even though Kiryu is only 50 meters, I think 50 or 60 meters tall. Not that big. One of the smaller Mecha Godzillas. Scaling-wise. Not that it really matters, but... Just tank it to the face, no big deal. How do you grab again? I think it's... I haven't grabbed anyone yet. This go through, this playthrough. I know you can grab a couple buildings by accident, which is that kind of weird Godzilla humping a wall animation that's shown up a couple times. I want to say it's up on the stick. I'm just kind of screwing around. Honestly, I should just, like, finish this. Oh, level 5. Cadmium rounds. It's fun. It's pretty fun. Dun, 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 dun. You know, especially in small bites. So now we'll just deploy Super X like every mission. But, you know, this game is fun to play. It's a lot of fun. It's not great if you sit down and play it for, like, I don't know, you know, a couple, like, more than maybe 2 or 3 runs. It'll get a little old if you try and, like, sit down and chain it for hours on end, because it does get repetitive. But if you pick it up, play it, you know, a run or two, do a little bit of grind, play a new monster or something, it's a lot of fun. And there's some cool detail in here too, like, you know, now that I've destroyed most of the city in this level, there's this fog, kinda, that goes all over the stage. Oh, and here's Super X2. Oh, he's gonna do the thing. Whoops. It does a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage, but it does damage. Quit dodging. There we are. Turn around. Well, it's a good thing I missed. There we are. Nope. See, it's kind of hard to smack Super X2 because your arms don't really reach. He'll sometimes hit it. It just depends. I guess I could try charging him. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, we'll do that. Oop. Okay. Turn it around. Shoot. There we go. Super X2's down. Alright, now we got the last mission. This one is pretty tough. The country has been destroyed. Yep, no more Godzilla cells. The Godzilla was here to cleanse the world. That's right.
の痛いことを
Godzilla's the janitor. He's here to clean it up.
ゴジラもこれ以上の
He
ジ
does
エ
it
ナ
for
ジ
free.
ーを感じ取れないのでしょうか。海を目指し移動を開始しています。
人類が同じ過ちを繰り返すその日まで
He's going back to bed.
眠り続けるというの
Mm.
もう起こしたくはないものです。
As one does. The credits. I'm gonna let this play for just a minute, and we're gonna skip to the last level. Love that theme. Okay. Yeah, there's still one more level. So you've got to get 100 meters height to get to this point. Otherwise, that's actually where the game ends for you.
何があったの？
So now we got Burning Godzilla. Yup.
ゴジラの体内温度が急激に上昇しています。おそらく短期間での G エナジーの過剰摂取により体組織が不安定化したも
So
のと
I
推
like
測
I like
さ
how
れ
they
ます。
even redid the eyes. It's not just
上昇を続けると G エ
a
ナ
quick
ジー爆
palette
発は
swap.
免
They
れ
put
ま
the
せん。
extra effort in to really pay attention to detail for Burning Godzilla.
この爆発は大気
The
圏
steam
の影響
coming
を及ぼし
off and
地
the
球規模の
glow.
大災害を引き起
It's
こ
all
します。
just right.
また爆発の際にゴジラより放出される高濃度の G エナジーは世界中にまき散らされ計り知れないほどの影響を
I don't know why they got the G energy thing, so it's definitely supposed to be like nuclear
何
energy,
としても
right?
爆発だけは阻止しなければならないということね。
It's a weird,
でもどうすれば？
it's not censorship, it's just like a weird change.
冷却するというのは
Use the freezer
冷
weapons.
却？
はい G フォースの有する全冷凍兵器によって凍結させるのです。一時的にでもゴジラの体温を下げることができれば
反応を抑えられるということ？
Yup.
確かに理にはかなっておりますが、翔さんは
Well,
少なくとも
better than
試す価値は
none.
あると思います。
Yeah.
問題は今までの戦闘で主要な兵器は発
And
送
the
し
actual detail here where
パフォーマンスを
the
発揮
glow
できるか
doesn't
未知数
carry
で
to Godzilla's
また
tail
ゴジラを凍結
on the
させられ
little
たとしてもその後どうす
dorsal
るか
plates on his
少
back,
々の無理は承知の上
if
です。
you will.
今は爆発を止めることに専念しましょう。
Knowing our limits, knowing is half the battle.
災害レベル最大を
This is a cool
決定
shot.
します。もはや全人類の危機。
わかりました。 G フォース全部隊へ通達。
今できる最善の手は打った。
There's even an ad for SH Monster Arts. A lot of ads on the billboards, actually, which is pretty cool.
冷凍兵器
Oh, then here
使
they
用制
come.
限解除。
The freezer masers.
ゴジラを冷却し熱性エネルギーを減少させます。スーパー X3 出撃。
They actually do freezer damage, and so it'll just slow your temperature gauge, quote unquote, your energy.
スーパー X3 30秒後に到達します。
So, but there's a special monster we get to fight here
攻撃を開始して
on the
ください。
last stage of Godzilla's run.
第三部隊攻撃を開始してください。
Every monster, most every monster, has a special, well, actually only a couple of special monsters. Usually, the final character that you fight is Godzilla, depending, with a few exceptions.
攻撃を開始してください。
One that's really neat is the final stage for Muso Goji, or 1964 Godzilla, is actually the twin Mothras that show up at the end of Mothra vs. Godzilla, which is a lot of fun. Also, pretty tough battle, shockingly. And it's a 2v1 after all. Yeah, but no, the beam is here, the sound effects are all here. It's cool. the extra oomph on his,
第6部隊攻撃を開始してください。
nuclear pulse. The extra oomph in his nuclear pulse is there from burning Godzilla. A lot of little details that are incorporated into making burning Godzilla a character in this. The original release on PS3 didn't have him as a full playable character. He was only a playable character in this last level. This version, you can choose him as a separate monster. Alright, who's the secret monster? Alright. Go ahead and show up. Oh. It's Godzilla. It's legendary Godzilla. Now there are two of them. It's getting out of hand. So, yeah, Godzilla 2014 as he's called here, legendary Godzilla. This fight can be pretty tough because 2014 Godzilla is very melee focused and has a lot of good special abilities for like up close and personal. It is very similar to exactly like that in Final Wars when Godzilla fights Zilla, but it's like, you know, way cooler. But no, that scene is easily one of my favorites. Seeing Godzilla tear him apart in like 5 seconds. Awesome. Boom. There it is. We defeated the other Godzilla. There can only be one.
Godzilla, 怪獣を排除。依然体温は上昇を続けています。いつ爆発しても不思議ではありません。G フォース全部隊配置完了しています。
時間が惜しいわ。攻撃開始。
全部隊攻撃開始。ゴジラの体温低下効いています。
They got him just in time.
このまま攻撃の手を緩めないで。
I don't remember Gotenko having a freezer laser, but it could have. Not quite the same as the end of Godzilla vs. Destroyer, but pretty close.
最悪の状況は回避できましたね。あとはゴジラに巨大な冷凍庫を用意してあげるだけです。
And then he gets sent off with Kiryu.
北極海へ到達しました。ゴジラの温度、気流との固定、ともに問題ありません。これより海底のポイントに向け降下します。
対ゴジラ兵器としての仕事を全うしたい。
Kind of taking a page out of Tokyo SOS.
海中を降下中。ゴジラの生体反応感知できなくなりました。総理、ミッション完了です。
私は問題の先送りをしました。見えないところに押し合ってなかったことにした。
Had a sight out of
60年分の人
mind.
類のカルマを氷漬けにし海に投棄したに過ぎません。
I suppose so.
それでも私は総理に感謝します。人類の歴史なんてそんなものでしょう。
ありがとう。その言葉、救われます。
それに総理には まだまだやることがありますから。
And they rebuilt pretty quick.
G エナジーが
There's
楽
a
発
little crane back there.
しかも文明的な社会への復興か。ゴジラ以上の難題かもしれません。
And there we go. We got 3 evolutions of Godzilla cell factors. Neat. There we go. 106 meters. Not bad. Pretty good run. So I think I'll do one more, and I'll probably do a little quicker. I'll do the easy route. So, but yeah, that's the main game there. One thing that's cool with some of the other monsters that there are some special final fights. So if you play as Burning Godzilla, who is listed here as a separate entry, right? Not as Godzilla. You get to fight Destroyer, which is cool, as the last fight. And I want to say that Godzilla 1964 fights the Mothra twins. I'm not sure if there's any other ones that are different. Obviously, I believe 2014 Godzilla fights probably Burning Godzilla. Most other monsters do just fight Burning Godzilla instead. So we did a good bit of destroying with Godzilla. I think do a little bit of protecting. And let's go Kiryu. You know, I've never played Kiryu, so we'll go Kiryu. Why not? Let's play Kiryu. So in this mode, I've just got to stop monsters. And first up is Batra Larva. This will be kind of tough because I've not upgraded Kiryu at all. Because you have to play through once to get upgrades. Which kind of makes sense. So Kiryu will only have 1 bar of energy. Alright, felt like a jump. Alright, I'm honestly doing more damage to the environment than he is, but that's okay. Oh god. Alright, Kitty, let's not go guns blazing, huh? Just punching Batra. Alright. Give me the old what for? Oh, there we go. Fire the big laser cannon in his chest. Bada bang. I don't think there's time limits on Defender mode at all. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Boom. Okay, there we go. Goodness. Yeah, so usually doing first run for a monster is pretty good to do easy mode. So I get 82%. Pretty good. So the defense ratio will then grow me some. Oh, Mecha Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. Let's do it. And so, yeah, each path has a different leader, and so the disaster level will rise slower on easy. Mecha Godzilla. Man, I love Mecha Godzilla's theme and in the original. That bombastic, just wild, wild theme. It has this little jump, but frankly it's not that good. I wish I had a proper charge attack. Maybe I can unlock one? I don't know. There we go. I can probably cheese this one and get 100%. Because the monster will always aggro towards you regardless of what's going on. There we go. Alright, and we've almost got him. Almost dead and buried. There we go. Boom. You know, one thing I was thinking about the other day, I feel like the Kiryu duology is very, very similar to Evangelion. In a way, with the way that the mecha isn't really just a mecha, it's more than, you know, it's got something built around it. In this instance, it being the bones of the original Godzilla. Whereas in Evangelion, of course, it's the giant, giant life forms that got going on in there. Were they from Adam or Lilith? I don't remember. All that lore gets kind of hazy. Yeah, they've got a pretty good roster of monsters. There's a couple in here that I wish they had, like, you know, like Baragon or Megalon. There's a couple in here that are definitely missing, but it's pretty good. It's a cool theme. Like, it's cool that he's got the bones in there. He's definitely the most Godzilla-looking Mecha Godzilla. You know? Get lasered. There we go. Oh, at the end of, yeah, at the end of the new anime, Singular Point. I'm pretty excited for that. I don't know if that's getting a second season or not. I really hope it does. Because I feel like they could definitely do a lot more with it. I like what they did with the first season in general. But it'd be really cool to see a lot more of that. Don't know if we will, though. I don't know if they've announced that they're doing more or not. They did announce they're doing a Gamera anime on Netflix, and I'm really excited for that. Although the director of the Godzilla anime trilogy is in charge of it, so I guess manage expectations. I love the art style, the character designs, everything about Singular Point was awesome. You know, but the characters look great, the monsters looked good, the art style in general looked great. Very, very good and bright. You know, it wasn't like dark and like dreary. Keep on rolling. Oh, maybe get a Batra cutscene. I like how Batra's too cool to like actually cocoon himself. He just transforms out of pure will. That's what they said. It's a different monster fight each episode. So here's hoping. I'm really hoping because Gamera needs a W. Gamera needs a win. It's been way too long since he's had Gamera in anything. And Gamera's cool. I like Gamera. The Showa movies aren't that great in my opinion. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to those. I think they're okay, but they're just not that great. Now the Heisei trilogy, Gamera, Gamera 2, and Gamera 3, as big of a Godzilla fan as I am, and I'm quite the Godzilla fan, I will say that the Gamera Heisei trilogy is objectively better than the Godzilla movies of the same time. Those movies are great. You know, every single one of them. They're super good. The trilogy is so solid. Some of the best special effects. Pretty good blend of CG and practical. Some of the CG in the first Gamera is a little rough, but like G2 and G3 look solid. And the first movie still looks great. But man, I mean, they're just next level. The rating, all of it. It's just next level. You know? And it goes to show that Toho took notice because they got the director of those films to do GMK. Alright, now we gotta fight. Alright, we're gonna fight Destroyer because I don't want to fight Mechagodzilla again. It gets kind of boring taking on the same monster over and over. So, might get wrecked, but we'll do our best. It's Destroyer! Also, kind of surprising that Destroyer's showing up this early. Oh, God. I think I'm at 100... I think I'm at 100 meters. I don't know. Oh, jeez, oh, man. This is not gonna go over well. Oh my god. I kind of hate that I do damage to the generators along with Destroyer. Wow, okay. Went 0 to 100. Okay, we're gonna go fight Mechagodzilla instead. Yeah, luckily there's a continue option. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Oh, we can. Okay, now it's Rodan. All right, so I guess Destroyer was like a random drop. Rip, big rip indeed. All right, I think I could take on Rodan. As long as Rodan's not 100 meters, we're a-okay. Yeah, they decided to drop in like a super hard 100 meter tall monster. And I guess I'm at 80 meters. That's one thing that's kind of annoying, is that it doesn't show you what your size is when you're in-game. You can only see it when you're in the menu. There we go. Get dunked on Rodan. Oh, there's the hotel I was talking about earlier. So, yeah, that is the Godzilla Hotel. Cool. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool little detail. the last time I was here, in the first run as Godzilla, I destroyed it right away without even thinking twice about it. But yeah, there it is. And that is based on a real hotel in Japan, in Tokyo, I believe, with that exact little statuette of Godzilla's head peeking over, which is pretty cool. Alright, we fought Gigan last time, we'll fight Ghidorah this time. That'll be fun.
Kaiju, 現れました。キングギドラです。
Yeah, there's some pretty cool photos, like, of the rooms itself, too. I'd love to go. It's got a cool, I mean, Godzilla theming throughout. Alright. Bring it. Alright, just a little more. There we go. Okay, I didn't even realize that that generator's right there, so we gotta be careful. Make sure that Ghidorah doesn't get it. Or as I said back in the day, Ghidra. Back in my day. Some of the old dubs are just really funny like that. Godzilla, Ghidra, Anguirus. Some of the mistranslated names are just very funny. Alright, can you please... Alright, just shoot him. There we go. It kind of sucks only having one bar of temperature. I don't know why that's the name they gave, like, the energy bar in this game. Doesn't really make any sense. I guess it works for Godzilla, but no one else. Again, granted, the game was designed around playing as Godzilla primarily. Sounds like I hit Ghidorah and he screamed. That's pretty funny. Oh, that attack did a lot of damage to the city. So I'm kind of careful of trying not to break stuff. He didn't fly so good. Because otherwise, you don't get a whole lot of points. 88, that's still pretty good. Alright, we're at 93. Ooh, Space Godzilla. That's cool. Space Godzilla is always cool. It's not a good movie exactly, but Space Godzilla in general is cool. The Yakuza subplot to this day still confounds me. I don't understand why it's even there, and it does nothing for that movie at all. It's just there. Alright, well, rip my score for this level. Since Space Godzilla's gonna run through half the city before I can get over there. It's kind of the battle of three Godzillas. We got Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla. Oh, rip Godzilla. There goes the hotel. Yeah, Space Godzilla's cool because in this one, he does get the crystals and everything. You know, that's another monster that's missing from here is Mogira. Mogira is not to be found. Mogira's not my favorite, but it's fun. Looks different, you know. Almost saved it. Alright, Space Godzilla, would you quit being a son of a bitch? Alright, let's just go punch him. Because Space Godzilla has no melee, hardly. He has some, but it's not his expertise. Go with the cannon. There we are. I don't know if I'll get 100% in this run. It'll be close. It'll be real close. I love the shield effect. It looks just like it did in the movie. Alright. Okay. 99%. I think we'll get it. Alright, now we gotta take out 2014 Godzilla. Alright, we'll skip the cutscene. I don't know why, but it just looks kind of funny with Godzilla's arms just kind of down by his side like that. I don't know what it is. Hey, I'm right here. Hold up. Hey, what the hell? Excuse me? Excuse me? Bud? There we go. I was about to say, I'm your opponent, not that ship. They really do a good job with the effects. Absolutely. They got the, you know, all the little details. Really makes it feel like it's a tokusatsu, you know, thing. It's not just... It's not just a game, you know? It feels like a movie. And there's a couple filters you can put on the game. That make it even more like a movie. There's a black and white filter, and I want to say there's like a 24 frames filter, which makes it quote-unquote more cinematic. It doesn't look that great, but it's the thought that counts. Boom. Get got. Well, we mostly saved the city. Alright, we're at 100%. We got it. So now we'll fight Godzilla. Huh. Usually Godzilla also has a cutscene. Okay, here I can demo. They're in the settings. Cinema mode. Color film, monochrome film, 24 frames, slow speed. And just kind of show you. It's got this weird, like, kind of shutter effect, too. It's neat. but it's not really playable. Like, it's super slow. So it's not really worth having, but, you know, it's the thought that counts, I guess. Color video. There we are. Another thing that's neat is that there's a diorama mode in this game, too, and the diorama mode is pretty well done. It's a neat thing to include, exactly. It's a nice little extra, like, just have fun with. But the diorama mode is fun, because you can use any of the game's levels, any of the stages. You've got to unlock all of the individual figures of all the monsters, of course. But, you know, it's fun. Again, a fun thing to play with. You want to make little, you know, scenes and recreate some of your favorite moments from different Godzilla movies. It's all here. There's also a rather in-depth encyclopedia, which is better than it has any right being, because it includes a bunch of monsters that aren't even in this game. I guess I'll show it off a little bit after this. Get over here. Come on, get over here. Kiryu not having a charge kind of makes him weak, low-key. That's one thing I've noticed out of a lot of monsters in this game that makes them, you know, one thing that makes them powerful is a good charge attack. Oh. Well, good seeing you, Godzilla Roblox player. I'm the brave Godzilla master playing Godzilla on the PS4. A lot of fun. So, kind of catching the tail end of this thing, but not a big deal. Oh, there's the credits. Or is it? We already did this fake out earlier. We'll just skip this thing. There we go. Then we gotta fight Burning Godzilla. This is tough. Burning Godzilla is fucking broken, comparatively. To, like, what you normally deal with. He's pretty powerful. So. But hi, good seeing you. Good seeing you. Thanks for coming in. These freezers should deplete atomic energy. Yeah, so they kind of shortened up the cutscene too. Yeah, no, his spiral breath, yeah, will wreck your stuff. It's no joke. Push your shit in real quick. Close. I like the auto recovery he has with the thrusters on the back. It's a nice little detail. Didn't have to put that in there, but they did. And all the play styles, like the fighting styles that the monsters have, feel pretty natural to the characters. Comparatively, like, they fit. The old... I didn't even notice he uses the drill hand. That's cool. Guess it's not a detail you can really see it from behind. That is cool. He's got the drill hand. Neat. There we go. Alright. And then we get the cutscene again. Shoot. We got 3 units of evolution parts. Neat. So in total... pretty good. 85%. Not bad. So I'll show off the upgrade track here. It's pretty in depth. So I did 100% Godzilla, of course. He's my favorite. And then here's some of the ones that I've done that have gotten close. So, you know, you can see Godzilla has a full tree. Again, the game was built around him first. All of the other monsters have much smaller trees in comparison, which is pretty nice. And the only upgrades they have are how long it takes to fill the breath gauge, and then how many bars you have. So, Kiryu only had one. So I could buy another one. And I've gotten all the different upgrade factors. So Kiryu, I've got 8 Kiryu parts, 12 Gigan parts, and then I got the evolution energy from just playing the game. So we'll buy one. And I'll probably buy one of these too. So this is where it really comes into grinding the game out and playing multiple run-throughs. That way you can get all the different parts, the different energy, the different cells, to upgrade as you need. And this is how you get the figures for the diorama mode, is just buying them here. It's nothing too bad. And you have Godzilla 2014, you have Godzilla 64, Super Mecha Godzilla, Space Godzilla. Biollante is in this game, which is super cool. Biollante is one of my favorites. Really cool monster. Love the movie. So it's there. The Kaiju Guide. It's mostly correct, and it's got, I mean, monsters that aren't even in this game. Like here's Showa Godzilla. I mean, the picture showed Goji, but okay, yeah, it just goes over. Okay, they're saying that this is the Godzilla from Godzilla through Terra Mecha Godzilla. Obviously, that's not correct, because Godzilla, spoiler alert for a almost 70-year-old movie now, dies, right? Godzilla died, so there's a second Showa Godzilla. That Godzilla appeared in Godzilla Raids Again and goes all the way through Terra Mecha Godzilla, but they got pretty close here. And Heisei Godzilla. Nice little reads. Miki Sagusa, they even reference a lot of stuff. The 16th film, Return of Godzilla. Yep. Godzilla vs. Destroyer, 22nd. There we are. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Ibra's not even in this game, but we got Ibra. We got Orga. I wish Orga was in this. Orga's cool. Kaiser Ghidorah. Gabra, even. Both Kiryu variants, even though we only get one in the game, which kind of sucks. I wish we had both, because the Absolute Zero Cannon is really cool, and I kind of like the blue more on Kiryu than the silver. Kind of backpack stuff, but that's just me. I like the color contrast. Varan, Manila, Megaguirus, Momo Mecha Godzilla, Mogera. See, you got a lot, you know? That's neat, especially for kind of entry point into the franchise. If you haven't seen some of these movies, maybe you could check that out, you know? It's cool. Then here's the diorama mode. Apparently made a couple. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, neat. So this one I think I did, kind of based on Return of Godzilla. So you can add more figures as you will. Base select, position. So it's neat. No. Position, take picture. You can take pictures too, which is cool. You can freely remove the camera, which is, well, you can kind of freely move it. That background's a little nasty. Oof, don't zoom in on that. But it's cool, you can add, you know, some fuel to depth stuff. You know, it's neat. There's a lot to play around with this, so if you ever wanted to, you know, you could. It's a little extra distraction you don't have to do, you know, but it's there. And I think that's probably going to be it for tonight. Saturday, probably going to continue playing more Snatcher, so look forward to that, y'all. Once again, thanks for tuning in, thanks for coming and watching the stream and having some fun. So, see y'all Saturday. I forgot it is Thursday, so I'll see you guys Saturday. Oh, cool. Thanks, Miggle. Always good having you around to chat with. Always fun. So, with that, I'll see you guys Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Different bat game and bat console, though. We'll throw it back and continue playing more Snatcher. Alright, take care.